Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman.
Greg Gutfeld came after Jasmine Crockett with unstoppable energy on live television, and the moment quickly spun into a crushing setback for her as his sharp wit and rapid-fire style tore through her points, leaving her struggling to respond in front of a massive audience. This was far from a calm exchange, especially as Gutfeld charged in with full force intensity while Crockett relied on careful phrasing, and viewers reacted immediately, filling the room with excitement as social platforms burst with responses, proving that even when politics seems ordinary, it can suddenly erupt into something unforgettable. An on-air whirlwind that Jasmine Crockett never realized she was stepping into until it was already far beyond her control.
Literally, it's because you married a white woman and so you think that that whitewashed you.
That's not very woke, is it? Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist!
Greg Gutfeld does more than debate. He obliterates, turning ordinary exchanges into intense showdowns with no room for compromise. Polite back and forth is not his style, as he cuts through nonsense like a relentless political buzzsaw, armed with razor-sharp sarcasm and an intensity that shatters every well-rehearsed line in its path. A clash was inevitable when Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett stepped into the spotlight, bringing her usual flair for theatrics and a penchant for headline-grabbing humor. The stage practically shook under the impact, and Crockett's critical miscalculation was expecting Gutfeld to offer the same leniency she might receive from the mainstream media, a mistake that quickly backfired the moment she tried to inflate herself and turn committee drama into a flashy performance.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices. Because we all get sucked into this. Like, this is, if you're gonna talk about black history, at least know it. This is, at least know it, okay?
If you think the clash was intense so far, it only escalates from here. Jasmine Crockett charged straight into the lion's den, overconfident, unprepared, and completely outmatched. Substance has never been her strong suit. She thrives as a performer, masquerading as a politician, adept at shouting down opponents, tossing around trendy phrases, and delivering tantrums that play perfectly on social media. Her career has been built on dramatic outbursts, viral comebacks, and treating every microphone like a stage for applause. To her devoted followers, this looks like a fight for justice, but for everyone else tuning in, it comes across as little more than hollow noise wrapped in relentless self-promotion.
It goes back to, that was 45 seconds of some of the, like, Kamala, you good right now. That was some of the dumbest I ever heard in my life. Here's the thing. This goes back to what we talked about earlier. They never have a solution. Just listen to your dumbass talk. You want to talk about agriculture? Why don't you fix the lottery? Why don't you make it easier for people who want to come into this country to work in agriculture and equitation and factories? Get rid of the lottery. Open it up. Talk to the president. Like, hey, we got a plan. We want to make it easier for people who can vet and come in and work in this country. Come up with an idea. Besides, any of y'all want to pick cotton? We're like, we're in suits in the middle of the Midwest. Why would we pick cotton? It's like the extreme stupidness of what she speaks. I'm so angry right now.
Greg Gutfeld doesn't waste a second on meaningless chatter. With razor-sharp sarcasm and that sly grin that seems to say, I already know how this ends and you won't like it, he cuts straight to the heart of the matter. So when Jasmine Crockett launched her latest dramatic display, full of partisan theatrics, deflection, and racial provocation, he didn't attempt a polite exchange. He went straight for the roast. Each joke he delivered captured exactly what everyone else was thinking but too afraid to voice. Crockett wasn't showing up as a serious leader. Instead, she was exposed as a walking viral clip, relying on loud gestures and feigned outrage purely to draw attention.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
When the wheels fall off.
You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plant.
She wasn't asking thoughtful questions. She was delivering monologues. She wasn't defending principles. She was fishing for applause with hollow one-liners designed for quick clips and easy clicks. The lowest form of political play in Gutfeld's eyes. His takedown didn't need volume. It was precise, cutting, and dripping with disdain. He didn't shout. He simply held up a mirror, and what Crockett saw were empty phrases, glaring contradictions, and the shaky logic behind her entire persona. This wasn't an ordinary clash. Known as the self-proclaimed queen of committee theatrics, Crockett has built her image on dramatic fits, exaggerated expressions, and catchphrases tailored for cable news, but this time her solo performance crumbled. Gutfeld dismantled it piece by piece, using a mix of sharp humor and blunt common sense to expose every overplayed gesture, every staged outburst, and every calculated attempt at scandal.
Kilmeade, she's getting to be the face of that party.
I know, thanks to your show.
Yeah.
I don't know which more popular, this or The View on Gutfeld. But a couple of things. Did you see, at first I thought she was doing it for comedic purposes, but you watch back, nobody had a response. They didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And she's like, oh, really? Farming? Yes, it's called eating, farming. America's got the best farmers in the world. There's glory in doing it. People do it, and the people don't do it by hand anymore. This isn't 1820. So I was just stunned by what she's saying. But the weird thing is, she probably left that room thinking she knocked it out of the park. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that anyone can stop her from being the face of the party, except Bernie Sanders, who's 111 years old, talking about oligarchs.
He tore apart every contradiction in her statements, exposing the absurdity behind her anger. One moment she preached unity, and the next she accused anyone who disagreed with her of conspiring against her supposed brilliance. Gutfeld cut through the performance and called it exactly what it was, a polished act designed to hide the uncomfortable truth that she has accomplished almost nothing of real significance. The moment escalated sharply as he didn't stop at mocking her theatrics. He examined her record, or more accurately, the glaring lack of one. Despite her passionate speeches and boundless energy, Crockett's actual impact in Congress has been minimal. No landmark legislation, no notable achievements, just an endless stream of viral clips and repetitive interviews amplifying the same points louder and louder. Gutfeld stripped it down to the essentials, leaving no doubt. Crockett isn't a leader, she's a brand, more like a reality TV personality who mistakes spectacle for substance.
Do you have an opinion on this? Or should I move on to somebody?
No, I just... It has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay. None of y'all are qualified. Not just for one thing, I'm mad at Charmaine the God because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be, they say something, it's like, it's not the same thing. But if you say that, and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that. And I don't want you on my show. Get the hell out. Because I'm telling you right now, if I was not on the show, which happens sometimes, and someone was sitting in his chair and he was complaining about black men this and black that, and they shouldn't be here. And you know what happens when a white woman marries a black guy? You would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off, because you're not going to talk about somebody that I care about like that, or another person like that. That's the problem.
Crockett's supporters reacted with the predictable outrage, blaming identity politics and claiming that every critique was fueled by misogyny, racism, or fear of her supposed authority. But Gutfeld wasn't having it. With pinpoint accuracy, he cut through the noise to show that criticism is accountability, not hatred. And if she can't handle it, perhaps politics isn't the right stage for her. The public response was immediate and unrelenting. Social media exploded, with one popular image showing Gutfeld looming over a cartoonish Crockett, bearing the slogan, "Sit down and learn something," while memes and slow-motion clips of the clash spread like wildfire, reminiscent of a knockout replay. Yet the truth was clear: Crockett engineered this disaster herself. No one forced her, no one set her up. She charged into the spotlight with a microphone in hand, eager to play the star, forgetting one crucial fact. Greg Gutfeld doesn't spar, he scorches. He tore into her with a relentless combination of facts, humor, and razor-sharp sarcasm, leaving her flailing as she tried to yell, deflect, and twist.
Yes. Yeah, all right, stop it. Although I must say you have great taste. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Oh, man. Okay.
Her way out, it was like watching someone try to extinguish a blaze with glitter. Flashy, ineffective, and doomed from the start. Even her usual allies began to back away as the problem became impossible to ignore. Gutfeld wasn't just dissecting a single misstep. He was dismantling an entire style of politics built on spectacle, exposing a new generation of lawmakers who think viral clips can stand in for genuine leadership. And he did it all with a sharp, cutting humor that made the critique almost irresistible. The decisive blow came after he analyzed her logic, mocked her theatrics, and revealed her lackluster record, showing everyone what true leadership really entails. It's not about shouting louder than your opponents, stirring outrage for clicks, or tossing insults for headlines. It's about delivering results, completing the work, and producing tangible impact, not memes, slogans, or stage tantrums. Jasmine Crockett learned the hard way that when you prioritize show over substance, Greg Gutfeld will be there to call your bluff, torch your talking points, and leave you standing in complete humiliation.
Jesse, they called Musk a Nazi, and next thing you know, you got swastikas on cars. They called Trump Hitler and a Nazi and a fascist, and he got shot. So I don't really ever see that happening on the Republican side when we make fun of Democrats. It's also about the supporters. It's not just the leaders. It seems like Democrats are easily programmed to do bad things.
Yes, they are. They're very easily programmed, Greg.
I made you say that.
It was more than a takedown. It was a flashing warning sign in real time. Greg Gutfeld didn't just dismantle Jasmine Crockett's performance, he sent a pointed lesson to every politician addicted to the thrill of social media fame. For those who believe shouting equals strength or that viral outbursts count as policy victories, he etched a sarcastic reminder across their entire playbook. We see you, we're unimpressed, and we're tired of it. The matchup wasn't even close to a debate. It was like bringing a megaphone and a rack of ribs to a vegan potluck, obliterating the room in seconds. Crockett tried to rally the audience with her usual mix of rage and rhetoric, but her reputation crumbled faster than a sinking submarine. This time, the audience wasn't fooled. There was only heavy, uncomfortable silence, the kind that comes from watching someone attempt a risky stunt on a massive stage and fail spectacularly.
First, they cursed, now they thirst for blood. Jasmine Crockett is upping her temper tantrums, now saying the only way Democrats can win elections is by throwing hands.
I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. It's Ted Cruz. I mean, this dude has to be knocked over the head, hard, right?
Crockett scrambled to recover, flailing like a malfunctioning robot, throwing out phrases like systemic oppression, voice of the people, and the familiar, let me finish. Yet every word bounced harmlessly off Gutfeld's calm, unshakable grin. Her theatrics were loud, flashy, and utterly ineffective, like trying to extinguish a grease fire by shouting at it, while Gutfeld dissected her arguments with surgical precision, appearing as relaxed as if he were already thinking about lunch. Sharp, steady, and effortless, his delivery was so smooth it bordered on absurd, as though he were reading from a script. I appreciate your fury. Hold on while we transfer you to someone compassionate. He wasn't just winning, he was gliding through the clash without breaking a sweat, while Crockett struggled to hold on to her composure. The audience wasn't passive either. Gutfeld's sarcasm hit like confetti cannons in a room full of brittle egos, prompting laughter, turned heads, and leaving Crockett's supposed act of courage shattered. A stark demonstration of what happens when loud theatrics collide with ruthless, unflinching reality.
Now, she claims that she wasn't talking about Abbott's wheelchair at all. Yet she's mentioned Abbott's wheels before. In 2022, she posted Beto's rolling around the state. Where's Abbott rolling to? And according to the Washington Free Beacon, Crockett also liked several Facebook comments referring to Abbott as Hot Wheels back in 2020.
Within minutes, her supporters scrambled to write think pieces and flood social media in a desperate attempt to undo the damage. But no hashtag could erase the scorch marks left by impassioned posts calling out misogyny. The collapse was total, not a slip-up. The so-called Empress was live streaming her own downfall in real time. Gutfeld had already stepped back. His calm demeanor said it all. He knew he had won. This wasn't a spat, it was a cultural autopsy, a ruthless dismantling of Crockett and anyone who confuses viral influence for skill or loud outbursts for leadership. The quiet made it sting even more. Gutfeld delivered each fact and razor-sharp quip with the cadence of a late-night comic and the patience of someone who has seen this performance countless times without pounding the table or raising his voice. He wasn't angry, he was indifferent, and that indifference cut deeper than any outrage. Crockett stayed on stage, gripping the microphone, waiting for applause that never came, giving her all in a political karaoke session to an audience that had long since tuned her out, only to realize the microphone had never even been turned on.
How long is she going to keep this thing that she wasn't talking about, the wheelchair?
Yeah. Come on, babe, you know you're full of and all that, Jasmine. I think what happened was AOC was like, you guys, I need to triangulate and be serious now because I'm going to be a senator. So someone has to be a talking attention whore. Who's it going to be? And Jasmine raised her hand and goes, excuse me, Congresswoman Cortez, I speak jive.
What it is, mama.
She gave it her all, but it still fell flat because hashtags can't replace a real governing strategy, and loudness is no substitute for vision. This was no longer a matter of left versus right. It was substance versus spectacle, reality versus showmanship. Gutfeld exposed an entire trend poisoning American politics. The rise of the viral lawmaker, those who treat Congress like a stage and every bill like a script begging for clicks. The warning is clear. Politics is not a performance, not a reality show, and certainly not a platform for clout disguised as activism. It's not for empty slogans or equating noise with value. And if you try to play it that way, Greg Gutfeld is waiting, armed with wit sharp enough to scorch your act and turn your career into a cautionary tale. For Jasmine Crockett, the lesson hit hardest of all, played out live in front of millions with no escape and no applause to rescue her.